Well, I didn't know. My daughter, she said, Dad, if you want to publish books, if you want to sell books, you have to be on Facebook, you have to be on Instagram, you have to be on Amazon, you have to be on Twitter. I didn't know that. So here I am making my very first video for YouTube. My name is Oskar Olewski, and today it's a very special day for me. I just finished my new book, and I'm very happy to read you the first chapter of Fat Burning Nation, the easiest way to burn fat. This book will change everything in your life. Back in 2014, I published my very first book. It was called No Grain, No Pain. It was a life-changing book for many suffering with IBD. 2 years later, I published my second book called 180 Days of Real Food. Writing books, it's easy for me because I can hide behind the text, and I can ask my daughter to edit the books and cover my European accent. I was born in Macedonia on the very south, in a beautiful country with ancient history and Mediterranean climate. It's a place to go and check it out. So that's where my accent comes from, Macedonia. Once again, writing books was easy for me because I was able to hide behind the text. However, making videos, it's a totally different ball game. And you're exposed. I'm exposed. There is no hiding behind the camera. I have never made a YouTube video before, so here we go. Why I didn't make any videos while I was writing books, it was obvious. I was 320 pounds. I was morbidly obese. I was wearing jeans size 50 and Hawaiian shirt size 5XL. I was very much ashamed and embarrassed of my appearance. Making YouTube videos was the last thing on my mind. 2018 was the most difficult year of my life, and at the same time it was the most triumphal year of my life. In November, the year before, in November, I was diagnosed with diabetes. In December, my wife divorced me. In January, I was about to quit. In February, I started changing my life. I put myself on keto. I started keto. In March, I started intermittent fasting. In April, my blood work came back and I went to see my doctor. I burned 34 pounds of visceral belly fat over the first 60 days on keto. Once again, 34 pounds of visceral belly fat on the first 60 days on keto. That changed everything in my life. My diabetes was gone. My inflammation was gone. My blurred vision was gone. No more excessive sweating, no more trips to the bathroom, no more anxiety, no more mood swings, no more blood sugar spikes, no more blood pressure highs, no cholesterol. My cholesterol is back to normal, 200. My triglycerides are back to normal, 65. My A1C is down to 5.3. It used to be 9.2. It took 60 days on keto. So Dr. Nandi took me off all prescription medications for obesity, for diabetes, for inflammation, for hypertension, for anxiety, panic attacks. All these medications gone. Dr. Nandi was amazing. I received a clean bill of health after burning 34 pounds of visceral belly fat in my first 60 days on keto. I have been in remission for 6 months now. And my CRP, my inflammation marker, it's down today to 1.6. And once again, my A1C for my diabetes marker is down to 5.3. It used to be 9.2. This is amazing. It feels great. I feel climbing mountains again. I have abundance of energy and mental clarity. No more mood swings, no more fatigue. I have more energy today than ever before in my life. Once again, 2018 was the most difficult year of my life and the most triumphal year of my life. I hope the next year, 2019, is going to be the most triumphal year for you. Burn all visceral belly fat, gain back your freedom, and stay in touch with me, and do not hesitate to ask me questions. You can always download my books and you can always read my books on diabetes and Crohn's disease, but I cannot give you any personal medical advice. Please remember that. I'm not a doctor and I'm not allowed to give you any personal medical advice. Just stay in touch. Welcome to Fat Burning Nation and thank you for watching. I hope 2019 is to be the most triumphal year in your life. And now, let's go to chapter 1. How about that? Thank you.
Medical disclaimer. You must talk to your doctor first. Too much insulin in combination with too little carbs in your diet could be a deadly combination. Your doctor needs to adjust your insulin intake according to your personal daily needs. The author of this book cannot be held responsible for your health problems and your medical needs. This book is a personal testimony by the author and personal health research. The statements are not intended to diagnose, treat, prevent, reverse, or cure any disease. The information is not intended to replace or delay prescription medication. My book and my websites is for informational purposes only. The information has not been evaluated by the FDA and should not be used as a medical advice. Oskar Levski.
Hi and welcome back. My name is Oskar Levski and this is Fat Burning Nation. We're going to chapter number 1 in my new book, Fat Burning Nation, the easiest way to burn fat. Nothing is more important, nothing, when it comes to burning fat than a good night's sleep and good food. Burning fat and losing weight are two different metabolic functions. Before you get to burn any fat at all, you need to get well first. You need to get healthy first. Obesity is a disease. You do not get to be obese by a lack of discipline or character. The gym is a good place for sweating, for losing electrolytes, for getting dehydrated and getting a heart attack if you're obese and insulin resistant. When it comes to burning fat, and especially visceral belly fat, you need to rest. You need to rest in bed and get 9 hours of good night's sleep. If you want to burn fat, you need to rest and get healthy first. Most overweight people like me that are suffering with chronic inflammation and pain are usually insulin resistant. But they don't know yet. I was tired after eating a lunch. I was tired after eating dinner. I was sweating without going to the gym. I remember the multiple trips to the restroom and basically peeing sugar all day long and all night long. I was already dehydrated before I even got out of bed in the morning. My heart was in overdrive, not only during daytime, but all the time. I was tired of work before I even get to work. Going to the gym was the last thing on my mind. If you have never suffered with obesity, chronic inflammation and pain, you will never understand what I'm talking about. There is no medical cure for obesity, for chronic inflammation, for pain. Reducing inflammation in your body and burning visceral belly fat requires resting for 9 hours every night and eating only real food. A good night's sleep is the time when your body healing hormones are released and the immune system shuts down digestion and other non-essential functions in your body. The healing starts after you go to bed. Once you shut down digestion, your blood glucose goes back to normal, your insulin goes back to normal, and now you're ready to burn fat because your insulin now is low. Remember, you can burn fat only when your insulin is low. And having carbs and sugar for dinner, that is no. Go to bed early and sleep for 9 hours. If you skip breakfast the next morning, you will continue burning visceral belly fat until the moment you spike your insulin by drinking coffee with sugar. So drink coffee without sugar. You don't spike your insulin when you do that. You will continue burning visceral belly fat all night long, all morning long if you skip breakfast and you go to lunchtime with a coffee with cream. So make sure your lunch and dinner are sugar-free. No grains, no potatoes, no sugar. As long as your insulin is low, you will continue burning fat 24/7. So the fasting time between your last night dinner, which was probably around 6 o'clock, and your morning breakfast or lunch or brunch should be at least 12 hours long. That's the fasting time between two meals. Your last night dinner and your morning breakfast or lunch should be at least 12 hours long. This fasting time between two meals is called intermittent fasting time. Intermittent fasting. This is the time your body is burning fat, including your own visceral belly fat. The fat that is surrounding your internal organs is called visceral belly fat. The visceral belly fat is deadly. If you have 30 pounds or more of excess fat, you should skip or move your morning breakfast to 10 a.m. or replace the breakfast with coffee and cream again, and then do big lunch at noon, including chicken bone broth, roasted beef, lamb, vegetables sauteed in garlic butter. You can also do a big breakfast at noon with scrambled eggs, grass-fed butter, bacon, cheese. You can eat as much as you want for lunch and dinner every day. There are no limitations as long as you eat low carb, high fat, real food. The real food will not spike your insulin. No grains, no potatoes, no sugar. You will be burning fat. All you need to do is choose real food for lunch and dinner every day. Instead of burning sugar all night long, you'll be burning your own visceral belly fat while sleeping. This metabolic process is called dietary ketosis. Dietary ketosis is not diet, but it's a metabolic process when your body is using ketones or fat cells for energy instead of glucose. Ketones do not require any insulin. This is your default setting before you were even born. Remember, your mother milk is mostly essential fats and essential proteins needed for your healthy brain development after birth. For a healthy body, you need essential fatty acids or fats, you need essential amino acids or proteins, but there are no essential sugars. There's no such a thing as essential sugars or carbs. There's nothing essential about carbs and sugar. Your liver can make glucose if needed for emergency use only when you're under stress or under trauma. The only time you will need sugar is when you have to fight or run for your life. Remember, this dietary ketosis is only possible when you're eating low carb, high fat, real food. No grains, no potatoes, no sugar. You may enjoy big lunch and big dinner until you're completely satisfied and happy. Skipping lunch or dinner is not a good idea and will have a very negative effect on your health and on your weight loss. Every day should be a celebration with top quality food for lunch and dinner, including green garden vegetables cooked in real butter, maybe some garlic, sweet onions sauteed in coconut oil with Mediterranean sea salt, then pasture eggs, bacon, tomatoes, feta cheese, olive oil, grass-fed butter, lamb, slow-cooked beef pot roast with garlic vegetables cooked in grass-fed butter. You can put some Italian cheese on the top. Choose wild Alaskan salmon. Bake the salmon in olive oil and served with green asparagus cooked in garlic butter and topped with shredded cheese. Choose fresh green garden salads topped with green avocados, garden tomatoes, feta cheese, toasted walnuts, cashews, pecans, olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and Mediterranean sea salt. That's must have. Remember, real food comes from green gardens, green orchards, and green pastures. Let me repeat that. Real food comes from green gardens, green orchards, and green pastures. There's no grains, no potatoes, no sugars, no GPS. Real food is explained in details in Genesis 1:30, Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14. Real food comes, again, green pastures, green gardens, and green orchards. More fat you eat, more fat you will burn. During the first 8 weeks, I burned 34 pounds of fat by eating low carb, high fat, ketogenic real food only. I reduced my A1C from 9.2 down to 5.3. My cholesterol is down to 200. All I was eating was cholesterol. My cholesterol is down to 200. Remember, the cholesterol should be down. It should not go up, okay? So my cholesterol is down to 200 because I'm healthy again. My triglycerides are down to 65. My triglycerides were 165. And I do have the medical records published. So everything that I'm saying on this video is already published in the books, okay? So this is all medical data. You can use it if you want. My inflammation marker is down to 3.0. And that was, 60 days into keto. Today, my inflammation marker is 1.6. I have no more pain in my body. I feel great for the first time in 20 years. Once again, my name is Oskar Levski and this is Fat Burning Nation. Thank you for downloading my books and God bless you. I hope next year is going to be the most prosperous year in your life. Thank you. God bless.